Good morning, it's Al, and I've been asked to do a little closer review and also to show how to change calibers and turrets on the Elite Classic turret press. So let me give you a good overview of the press. As you can see, there is the ram, and then there's a priming arm. When you go up, the priming arm goes with it, and it's supposed to tilt back in such a fashion so that when you go all the way to the top, you simply push here, and then that will deposit a primer in there. And then when the ram, as you can see, moves down, that primer arm goes inside, and on the upstroke you push, and then that pushes the primer into the case. Now, the turret press also comes with an additional primer arm that you see here. So there's two primer arms, one for small primers, one for large primers. It also has a primer feed for large primers, which is the white one, and a primer feed for small primers, which is the black one. To change primers is quite easy. You simply grab the primer arm, move it back like that, pull it out, place it down, grab the next primer arm and stick it in there like so, and you're done. You just changed primer arms. Now, the turret press indexes on the downstroke. So right now we're in the case expanding and powder dropping die. When you go down, the next die will be the bullet seating die. The bullet goes up, gets seated, and then the next one that comes down and rotates is the crimp die, the factory crimp die, which I use. So as you can see, every stroke of the press gives you a new position. So that's essentially how turret press works. Now there's also this auto disc powder measure that you're putting here, and the one trick when doing pistol calibers is that you have to have two risers for the auto disc to be able to clear the primer feed as it rotates, and I'll show you that in just a second. If I didn't have that second riser, this would be hitting the primer feed. So you have to have two risers. For rifle cartridges, you only need one. And this auto disc is quite a great powder measure. I have a regular powder measure, which is this one here, which I use for my rifle calibers and some very specific loads, and it's micrometer adjustable. But the auto disc does pretty much everything else for me. And what you do is you take these two screws by simply pulling these knurled knobs out. There's one on either side, so you can see, and you lift it out, and then there's a set of discs that you can kind of see here, and those discs are the ones that you change the size of the holes, rotate it around, so you are dumping the right powder charge. For rifle cartridges, you can stack actually two discs on top of each other and mix and match the different hole sizes, with the larger hole being in the bottom always, and you come up with a perfect combination for almost every load that you have. It's also very easy to take on and put back on, because you can turn this thing on and off. So if I want to remove it and dump that powder and change to a different powder, it's very easy for me to turn it off, pull it out, no powder spilled, dump it back in the powder can, and then bring it back, put the powder in it, turn it back on, and then I'm done. So it's very, very simple. Now, to remove the turret, it's rather simple. I'm going to go ahead and pause it for a second, put it on a tripod, and I'll show you how that works. Alright, so to change calibers, it's rather simple. First, you want to turn this off, although you don't have to, because I'm not removing, the hopper or anything. But essentially, you want to take off the powder measure. And once you remove the powder measure, you can go ahead and lift the turret out. So there we go. Powder measure's out. We'll put it out to the side. We're going to go ahead and take these powder drop extensions, both of them. Make sure they're put together tightly. And now the press just has to be in its lower indexing, or at the bottom of the stroke or the middle of the stroke. It just can't be where it indexes. I like to pull it all the way up, put the ram all the way up. You don't have to. You can bring it halfway down. Actually, if you leave it in the middle or go all the way down, either way, it works fine. So this thing will just wiggle a little bit, and it comes right out. I'll take my 38 special. Take my 38 special turret, which is here. And then I can put that on here. So we'll go back over here. And it doesn't matter which way it goes, it's going to find its spot for it. You just have to line up that square with that square here. And also there's some grooves in here that you have to kind of match up a little bit. But that's essentially it. There we go. So now it indexed, it's in. That's all there is to it. Take the primer, or now go ahead and put the there we go. Put the powder back on, and you are done. That is it. So again, the turret is rather easy. You just wiggle it, pull thread out, put the new one in. Change the primer arm if you're switching from a caliber that uses large to small primers or small to large. Remove the powder measure, replace the powder measure, and then all you have to do is remove the base plate here for the right caliber. You're done. Pretty simple. It's a good tool. Highly recommend it. Easy enough. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. Take care.